hold on, you are a nurse, you want to migrate into Canada, and you are thinking, which province will I migrate to? Which one is actually faster and better? Oh, I heard about Nova Scotia. I don't want to go to Ontario. I'm thinking of Nova Scotia, and how do I go about it? I'm a nurse. I want to leave UK. I want to leave Nigeria. I think I'll be better in Canada. I think I want to migrate. I want to explore. I want to relocate. I'm here for you. This gist is for two of us. Let's do it together. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther. I'm a registered nurse both in Nigeria and in the UK. I work here in the UK, also live here, of course. So if you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. If you are like our real G, you know what we do here. Welcome back. Welcome back. My name is Esther, as I said earlier. So this is Kobo story. There are so many stories in the book of the Kobos. As people would say, Kobo. So today we're not going to, come with me to the UK. Welcome to the UK. Relocate with me to the UK. We're going straight to Canada. Canada. So we're going to Canada today, and this video is for the nurses, or you have a friend that is a nurse. You have a sister, a brother, a cousin, aunt, uncle, nephew, niece, mother, father, everything that is a nurse, and he or she has been complaining, I want to move to Canada, I want to read into Canada. This video is for you. So I took one of the provinces in Canada, as we know that we have different provinces in Canada. So I took a province, and the province I'm talking about today is Nova Scotia. I pronounced that right. Nova Scotia. Yeah, Nova Scotia in Canada. So I'm going to tell you the research I did concerning moving into Canada and Nova Scotia, of course. So if you're a nurse, my darling, let's do this together. So I haven't posted in a while, like in 1 week or two, I don't know. Hey, I've been dealing with cold and cough. Anytime I talk, I cough, I sneeze. I cough, I sneeze. And I'm like, hey, Tani Moshe, that did not want to damage me. But then, well, I will shoot today by 5 by 4. There's nothing anybody can tell me. I will shoot. Back to business. So I am talking about Nova Scotia, of course. So let's do this video together. Disclaimer, before I go into the video, let's do the disclaimer. I am not an immigrant. I'm not an immigrant agent. I'm not in situation whereby you have to do, she's an immigrant agent. This is based on the reality of what I did my research on. So if you feel like if there's an update after maybe months after you watch this video, if there's an update, please do find out. Some changes would have happened or might have happened. Make sure you do an update of information about it. And if I find more information, I would make a video on it. But for now, this is everything I gathered. So let's do this together. So first of all, before any other thing, if you go out there and you hear something like Expedited Pathway are for 7 designated countries. And what are the 7 designated countries? We have Nigeria, India, the Philippines, UK, USA, New Zealand, and Australia. Those are the 7 designated countries that make Expedited Pathway. So out of these 7 countries, I'm talking about Nigeria. I'll basically specifying on Nigeria as a point of contact. So I'm using Nigeria. So you as a Nigerian, if you want to relocate, or you are in the UK, you want to relocate into Canada, let's do this together. Of course, it could help the Indians or the people in New Zealand or USA or Australia as well. This video might help, but I will be basically mentioning UK and most especially Nigeria in this video. So let's go. So the first thing you want to do is getting your international passport. Your international passport, make sure it is ready. As in ready. It's not the one that you're still waiting for collection. It is ready, like it's very handy. You have it with you. Then the next step is write your IELTS. And what kind of IELTS will you write? That's like English proficiency That's the English proficiency you need for coming into Canada. And the English proficiency you need is IELTS. IELTS, you do academic. As a nurse, do academic IELTS. And what is the overall you're looking for? Band 7. Band 7, in writing, you need to have like at least 6.5. Writing, writing 6.5. Then we have speaking, listening, reading 777. So that makes overall of 7, band 7. Once you have that score, my dear, let's go to the next step. And the next step after this, like I said, I did my research, so I'm going to use my book. So if you are going into this pathway, make sure you have your nursing license with you handy for the country you are from. Let's say Nigeria, for instance, you have your nursing license with you, not when you're still waiting for Abuja to give you a response, or you're waiting for Lagos to give you a response. You have your nursing license with you handy and it has not expired. If not, if it has expired, make sure you make another one before you go into the process, in deep process. If you don't have it, let's find a way of making it possible for you to have it. Get it out before going deep into this process. NSCN is Nova Scotia College of Nursing. So I'll be saying NSCN in this video all the time. If I say NSCN, that's Nova Scotia College of Nursing. So the first thing is visit NSCN portal and create an account. So that's Nova Scotia College of Nursing, like I said earlier. Visit their main account, like the portal, and create an account with them. Once you create an account, the first thing is you have to do is once you log into NSCN portal, they will ask you for your username. Your username should be your email, your working email. Please and please and please make sure the email you are dropping, it is valid. And it is what you can use every now and then. It's not when you're forgetting the password or your parents' email. If you use your parents' email and you can access it all the time, use it. But make sure the email you're using is very active. You are using it all the time. You can access it any day, anytime. It's what you're using. So once you sign in, it will ask you to create a password as well, username and password. So once you create this, they will send you email immediately. Once they send you a mail immediately, you can log in. They'll ask you to validate that if you're the one, blah, 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 ask you to put in a code. Once it is sorted, you log in. Then you create an account with them. That's like you've created an account with us. You must select RN application. RN application. In front of you, you see RN application, LPN application. LPN is licensed practice nurse. So unless you are LPN, but if you are like registered nurse, just pick the first one, which is RN application. Then in front of it, you will see apply. Click the apply. Then once you click the apply, then you start the process in detail. It will ask you to click select application type. So what type of application are you applying for? As a regular registered nurse that you are? No, you guys are not regular. As the not just regular registered nurse that you are, yes, as the beauty that you are applying for this, it will ask you to select what type of application you are onto. So if you're just if you're a registered nurse, click on RN applicant. Then in bracket you see expedited countries, and which one of it is Nigeria, UK, and the rest, like I mentioned earlier. So once you click this, you can now start the process in full. How? It will ask you to provide 2 pieces of ID, that is identification, for you to know, oh, I'm the one. So what are the IDs that you can drop? Different type of IDs, but I would advise you drop your international passport ID and international passport as one of the ID. The second ID I would actually recommend is your birth certificate. Those are the basic things that will prove that you are actually the same person. Unless you are married and some of your certificates has actually changed, you can present your marriage certificate as well, for them to know that, oh, I'm still the same person, I just got married to the love of my life. Yeah. So that proves to you that you're still the same person. And if you've lost your birth certificate or you lost something, you can prove affidavit or something. Just make sure you're proving yourself right with 2 IDs. But I would suggest that you use your birth certificate and your international passport as ID. Then once this is done, it will ask you to progress to submitting. Once you submit your ID, it will ask you for to submit some documents, including your criminal record, which you call police report in Nigeria. Get your police report ready and submit. So all these things you will get handy, ready. So once they request for it, you provide. And please, I keep saying it every of my videos. If you want to submit a document, snap it well where there is proper light, and scan it, or whatever you want to do. Make sure you convert it to PDF, and you save it with how your name goes. If your surname is Ade Binkpe, for instance, here in UK, in Nigeria it's different. We write our surname first, our first name after, and middle name last. Like surname, first name, middle name. In UK we write first name, middle name, and surname. So in Canada, but I suggest that you just write your first name, middle name, and last name. That's your surname. So write it like that on your when you're renaming the document, the picture, while converting it to PDF. Label it with your names and write what certificate it is. International passport. So and so. That's your name. International passport. So and so IELTS certificate. So and so police report. So once your police report is you upload it, it will ask you for some documents as well that proves that your certificates from the school you graduated from, all those things, all your documents from your school, whatever you collected in school. It will ask you to upload everything. Please don't hold anything back. Upload everything. The document, the certificate you collected from school, the school you graduated from, your everything it request of you, please upload it. In all these documents, they will ask you to pay for it, to get to a point where you have to pay for application fee. It will guide and direct you. Some people use pay for me. Pay for me is together. Pay PAY for me app to pay for this. How do they go about this paying for pay for me? They download the app, and pay for me is like a cross-border payment company, and you just click going to pay for me, click on NSCN portal, and you click on the verify your details, click what you're paying for, and click the reason. Some use pay for me, while others just use their debit card or credit card. Me, I would advise that when you get to this point, the same way I advise those that are coming to UK, that I would advise you pay with somebody, ask somebody that is here that you trust, your friend, not just your friend, one you trust, and your friend, your cousin, your sister, your brother, that will not carry your money and run. Ask them to pay for you. It's the same way I would tell you that those that are in Canada, if you have somebody in Canada, that's if you have somebody. That's somebody in Canada that you trust, you know very well, that will not carry your money and run, will not ghost you. Ask the person to pay for you and return the money back in Naira. If the person wants it in Naira, or if the person wants it in however. But it saves you time, and it saves you a lot of drama, and it saves you headache trying to pay from Nigeria with that. The network and everything can be bad. I'm just saying. But if you don't have anybody to find a way of paying this money, and the amount for the application fee is 57.5 Canadian dollars. They don't collect money in Naira. They can't pay in Naira. Find a way to convert the money before paying. Pay this money. If you have a friend, good. If you don't, find a way of converting this money. Once you pay this money, please rest. Rest first. Go and rest, because they would use this application fees for them to scrutinize all the documents you submitted, try to verify, is this person actually legit, is this person eligible, is this person all of that. And this money you're paying is not refundable. Don't even think about it. Oh, I'm not doing Scotia again. Don't think about it. Your money is gone. Utilo is gone. So don't think very well before you start this process. These people will send email back to you within 5 to 15 working. I would say 5 to 15 working days. Some say it's within five working days. Some say within 10 working days. I got mine. Let's just say 5 to 15 working days. That's the range. They will get back to you after their application is being processed. That, oh, okay, we can see that you are actually legit. Okay, we can see. So, having said that, they would ask you to provide verification of registration from your council body, regulatory body that you are actually under currently. And for Nigeria, actually, that is NMCN, right? Yeah, NMCN. That's Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, NMCN. And you need to go back to NMCN portal. Everybody knows NMCN portal in Nigeria. We all know NMCN portal as a nurse. So you have to go back to the NMCN portal, and the same way you had your friends coming into the UK going back to NMC portal for to talk about verification, that they need to do both NMC UK verification application and NMCN application verification. It's the same way you are not doing your own as a Canadian nurse for Nova Scotia. So you apply, comply with everything that has to do with the verification for NMCN. NMCN is actually very self-explanatory and like forward. They'll ask you to pay. I try to find out how much NMCN charge for verification into for verification for Nova Scotia, but I just could not find any information on it. So I'm sorry but I don't think they should charge that much. I don't think so, but find out, because I couldn't. I just tried. I did not. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't. So find out, but they shouldn't charge that much for verification. So these people will directly communicate with NSCN. Just make sure your the way you documented is right. They will communicate with them. However, the mail actually that NSCN is receiving this form for, the mail they are actually their email for this verification of registration is IEN@nscn.ca. IEN, that should be International Educated Nurses, right? IEN@nscn.ca. So let me pause here. If you are a UK nurse trying to migrate into Nova Scotia as well, and you have been trying to relocate into Canada, and you have been on NSCN, that's and you have been on transferring into Canada, but you are not Nova Scotia, but now you want to relocate into Nova Scotia, and you've submitted your verification of proof to Canada already. Find a way to tell them, send an email to them that they should send the verification form to Nova Scotia through that email I just said, IEN@nscn.ca. So naturally, NMCN will communicate directly with NSCN that, oh, this person is actually genuine, this person is legit, this person is our person, this person is practicing under our regulatory body. So they will communicate directly with them. Unless you want to do it yourself, but it shouldn't be, they will do it directly. Unless you want to do it the manual way. If you want to do it the manual way, NSCN has a form. I'm trying to get hold of the form. If I get it, I would put it on the screen. So the form, you can get hold of it and deal with it yourself. But I feel like it's very stressful when you can just ask them to deal with themselves directly. They will communicate with themselves directly. And once this is sorted, congratulations again. Once your application is approved and your verification is sorted, they will send you an email again that your application has been processed and is approved. You can now proceed. The next stage actually is NCLEX. So the same way you heard your UK nurses that said, oh, I did IELTS and I did CBT before coming into the UK. You are not doing CBT, CBT, piercing view, CBT. The one you are doing is NCLEX. That's their own exam. But they will tell you, don't just go and do any NCLEX. They will send a mail to you and tell you how to register for their NCLEX for Nova Scotia. Please, don't just go and jump and go and do NCLEX. They will send you an email once your verification is done. They will send you an email that this is the next stage for you. You can apply for NCLEX, and they will guide you on how to apply. Information will be given to you via your email. Don't go and jump and go and write NCLEX. And there are so many find materials. There are so many materials on the internet. Thank God to technology. There are so many information on the internet how to practice and read for NCLEX. Read for this NCLEX. Once your NCLEX is done, search for guides. You can just write NCLEX -RN for NSCN. You will see a lot of materials that you can read, that can guide you on this pathway. If you ever get stuck when you're trying to pay for NCLEX, and how much is NCLEX? NCLEX for your first writing ever, NCLEX is $143.75 Canadian dollars. That's the amount. 143.75 Canadian dollars. That's the first writing. So if you didn't pass the first attempt, the subsequent one you are writing afterwards, 71.38 Canadian dollars. That's the subsequent one. But I pray you pass it one sitting because that money is a lot. So if you ever get stuck in between, you are in between your registration, in between your application. If you ever get stuck while doing your application, while submitting documents, or you feel like, oh, I mistakenly put my first name alone instead of adding my middle name, and all your documents contains your first name and middle name, and I feel like, oh, I don't want it to be that is in applying for submitting your documents or anything. If you ever get stuck or you are confused or you mistakenly submitted something you're not supposed to, something like that, if you ever get stuck or you need any questions or clarification, the best person is ask them by yourself. And what's their contact? Registration at nscn.ca. Registration at nscn.ca. If you have any questions or any clarification concerning your application, that's their contact. So, like I was saying earlier, for your NCLEX, register on Pearson VUE, but they would actually communicate with you how to go about it. However, if you want to go about it again by yourself, and of course they will communicate with you, the email to go is the body conducting the exam is Pearson VUE NCLEX -RN. Don't go and write for LPN. No. Yeah, for journal. Anyway, the money is not the same. So Pearson VUE NCLEX -RN. The email is PVA. Oh, let me take it this way. PV America S Customer Service at Pearson. That's actually a lot, to be honest. That's a lot. But then I'll put it on the screen. So having said this, but there are two ways to this thing. Thankfully to them, let's thank them, because if you're coming to UK, for instance, if you do not pass your CBT, you will write it, you pass it. But for this NCLEX, if you didn't pass it the first time, you can still continue with the process. You can still go on. But the only but there is you will receive a conditional license that can take you for at least 4 months. Yeah. While you are practicing, you are trying to write another exam, they will give you conditional license. But if you passed it once, you receive your practicing license in ASAP. Then you can now say, a licensed nurse both in Nigeria and in Nova Scotia, Canada. Poor, poor, poor. Please give it to her or give it to him. And especially if you're now like licensed in Nigeria, UK, Philippines, India, wherever, and you are now licensed again in Nova Scotia, Canada. Please just go and add more money to your bride price. I said it. Period. That if it is 100,000 that is your bride price for increase, go to millions. Ha! I hold you. Anyway, so if you pass your NCLEX, like I said, they will give you your practical license in full. But if you didn't pass your NCLEX the first time, they will give you a license, but it's conditional license. This will help you to continue the process. Now, there's what they call Juris Prudence info. Juris Prudence info. This Juris Prudence info, before you begin practicing in Nova Scotia, you have to read this. You have to review it. Read your jurisprudence info. Read your jurisprudence info for your designation, which is RN. Read it very well. Read it very, very well. Read it. So you know your designation and you know your assignment. You know what you should do and what you should not do. Now, expiry. Let me talk about the expiry of your application. The day you completed your application, the day you completed your submission of application, that's the day your expiry date will start. So if you do not, the expiry of application it takes 6 months to expire. So get yourself into Canada already, Nova Scotia already. In presenting the document, one of the things I forgot to say is in presenting all the documents during your application, they might ask you to present what they call currency of practice. Currency of practice is the amount of hours you've worked as a registered nurse in wherever you are, in the country wherever you are. That is part of the expedited countries. So if it's Nigeria, you've worked in Nigeria, how many hours have you worked in Nigeria? How many hours have you worked? They will need that. You see that there's all those extra time, overtime. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Count the ones that you actually worked for. The one that you was on your roster and all of that. Count the amount of hours you worked. And they might actually ask it for like your currency, your current practice, the amount of hours you worked. So just submit it. You can calculate it. If you have a document for it, good. You can ask your boss at work, your matron or your MD, your admin to generate that for you. There's a way they can write it, letterhead or anything to write it for you. Yes. I'm going to the part where I like. As you are now a licensed nurse in Nova Scotia, what do you need now? Go and look for a job. I said it right. Look for a job. It's time to hunt for a job. I try to find sites where you can hunt for a job as a licensed nurse that want to practice in Nova Scotia. I found you can find on Indeed Canada. If you're search Indeed Canada, you can find on Monster Canada, Glassdoor, Career Builder Canada. Those are the sites that you can use to look for a job in Canada as an international nurse, educated nurse that want to migrate to Nova Scotia. So if you're looking for a job now, don't want to look for a job basically generally Canada and you're gonna find a job in Ontario. No. Look for the one that fits your size, which is Nova Scotia. So when this is done, this would actually guide you on, is this job that you get? And I keep saying, make sure you find out about interviews, what they ask, the tips that will help you to grow your interview, to pass your interview at one go. So get your jobs, get your interview, get things right. Don't go and start murmuring interviews. Like, know what they can ask out, what things that they can ask you, your strength, your weakness, all those things. Sort it out for your interview. Once you get the job, good for you. and find out the job, whatever job you're applying for. Find out if they are the ones they are going to sponsor your visa, take care of your visa. They are going to take care of your flight. Some do, majority do actually, if you find the right job. So don't be shocked if there are a lot of unfortunately we can't do this, unfortunately we can't. Out of every unfortunate, there'll be one fortunate. So just with God and everything, once you get the job, your visa is sorted, your flight is sorted, you're leaving us. Yay, you're leaving for Nova Scotia. And even the gist of everything, why this one is actually funny and it's different from UK pathways, because even before you leave Nigeria or leave the UK here, migrating to Nova Scotia, you're already a licensed Nova Scotia nurse. So it's quite different from before. You can be licensed in the UK, you have to come to the UK and write OSCE and all that before you can boldly say I'm licensed. But for Nova Scotia, they would have even given your license before leaving Nigeria or the UK to Nova Scotia in Canada. So once it is sorted, they sort your visa out if they are the one, but majority will, and majority would do that. Once your visa, flight, and everything, you pack your bag. I won't tell you if you like, don't pack. If you like, pack. Just find yourself just migrate yourself to Nova Scotia. And that's on period. I think I tried. It's very, very abstract. Like, honestly, I tried to dig hole to find out information for Nova Scotia. But a lot of nurses are looking into going to Canada, and Nova Scotia is one of the provinces that is actually looking for nurses to come into their province to practice as a nurse. So I have come to the end of the video. Like I said, please like, keep liking. If you like this video, please, how will I even know if you do not like it? How will I know if you do not share it? How will I know if you do not comment, ask question? If there's any clarification, if there's anything I can actually answer, I would answer it. I'm always in the comment section. I'm always replying messages. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video, like I said, a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe. It's there. It's at this corner. Subscribe. Share this video to everybody that you can share it to. Even your enemies, share it to them, because we're actually praying. Bible says pray for your enemies. So share it to them so that they can leave you alone. If they have this work to do now, they will not disturb you again. Share it to everybody, shareable. Share it to your family, your friends, your cousin, your sister, your brothers, everybody. And subscribe. Tell them to subscribe, please. And I will see you in my next. Thank you so much for watching. I remain Esther. Bye.